Good morning, Tigers. This is Mr. Manning, and this is Module 4, where I'll be walking you through how to complete your Monroes Motivated Sequence outline. So a few things. Obviously, behind me, you can see the Sears Researcher, which I just opened up using the directions that are on for Module 2. So if you're still struggling there, the directions are listed step by step in Module 2, and you can see those on the stream or the classwork page. Once you're actually in Sears, again, hopefully by now, after completing Module 3, you have your thesis and your main points set up, and you've gone through and started highlighting some information. So let's assume that for the sake of this video, topic was uniforms. So you would find that information under the school subheading, and then school uniforms. I went ahead and did some research and found some articles. I picked the ones that were just in this main subheading because you may do the same. The cool thing about the individual things that you select are, when you select one of these, you have an option where you can save to cloud, which is seen here. You can save it directly to your Google Drive. You'll just log in with your school password, which you probably already have logged in anyway, into your Google, and then it will save it to your Google Drive. When you save it to your Google Drive, I've already opened up my Google Drive, you can open up one of the articles, open as a Google Doc, and then you can do your highlighting electronically. So as you see here, here's one of my articles, and then I have different headings. So potentially action step or need step or satisfaction step with different highlighting colors. And then when you save, they save automatically, and then you have them. So if you don't want to print and use a physical highlighter for your 3-color highlighting, you can do it that way. Here's a second article that I'd had printed off. Again, you would have 3 that you should have printed off, and make sure that you have at least a couple pieces of counterpoint argument. Okay, once you are in Sears and you print out the articles you want, put them to your drive and open them as a Google Doc, and have hopefully completed your highlighting, which is where we were going through for Module 2, for Module 3, then you'd be ready for Module 4. In Module 4, you will open the outline, which is below the video. The outline is in a Google Doc that has already been shared with you. It is like this. So again, in past years, we have done a outline in which you've done it all by hand and done all the formatting. Obviously, with the sort of added issues we're having right now, I try to simplify that a little bit and give you this, at least for the first step, before you actually type it into paragraph form. So hopefully this outline format helps you. Again, you have your own copy that you can download, and you can insert your topic's name. So here we have the topic. This is the overall global idea, and that was uniforms. The specific purpose, to persuade, should probably start that. And again, in this situation, you could say disagree with. We'll just go with this one. The thesis statement you already had from Module 3, which would be something like, today I will persuade. And this was agree with school uniforms. And then the part 2 was the problem. And you might have had different problems. Maybe we have some sort of a social bullying issue, and that's where my thesis would have been. But again, yours could be slightly different. At that point, you're going to look at the introduction. You know how to do this. Your attention materials, this is your attention getter. And let's say that you already knew which piece of evidence you wanted here. and you knew what you were doing, at that point, you could open that up. And let's say that this quotation was the one I wanted to use. Well, we are all having troubles. My internet does not want to work. Here we go. Okay, so this is what I wanted to use. And again, I would have already had that marked, hopefully as a attention getter or put it in red or whatever that you would have done. But as this is just a so maybe it's there. Okay. Then tie to the audience. Again, you can hand type. So this might be my quote, and maybe this is my tie to the audience is as high school students, this problem specifically matters to you. You know, and whatever. And then I'm gonna maybe move my thesis, which again was already here. So you can just copy and paste that over. So you're just kind of doing that. And then again, as you're doing the body section, if this was my need, again, all of my need information that I had, let's say that that was yellow. I'm just going to go back to my articles. And again, you'll have to actually look and see what the information is. And we're continuing. And we're finding that yellow information for the need step. So there was some. So this was maybe the first part of need I wanted to use. So again, I'm just going to copy that, and assuming that I highlighted well, move it over. Okay, so far, and that's how it'll look. So again, you're just going to copy and paste your information. If you want to keep the color, you can. That way you sort of know that it's all yellow. If you want to get rid of the color, if that makes it good for you, you can. Again, you can paraphrase your information afterwards if you want to. It's a description of the problem. Maybe that's just hand typed. Problem of not having uniforms are many, and maybe I have them listed, you know, whatever. So you can kind of decide how you want to do it, but you're just going to do all the information all the way through the conclusion. Your signal in conclusion, your summary, tie back, concluding remarks, call to action. Remember, that's your actual statement. You're going to call the audience into action, so on and so forth. Summary is the thesis and the preview together in past tense, which you know, your review statement. So all those things should be good. And you're just going to type all those things in, and you can, again, handwrite transition sentences, summaries, paraphrasing, whatever you want, and then you're good to go. And when you save it as a Google Doc, then you'll be able to share that with me for your Module 4 points. And then next week, for Module 5, we'll talk about how to take that outline, turn it into note cards, and actually complete your speech, which will be really exciting for us all. And you're going to, like I have, use the taping app on Screencast-O-Matic, and then put it onto your school YouTubes and share that link with me. And that way, anyone you want to share it with, you may, but the only person who has to see it is me, and that's up to you. So hopefully this has been helpful for you, and if you have any questions, please let me know. I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye, Tigers.